Aren't you glad we had a different gospel last week when we had the blessing of book bag, or backpacks? I have to be honest with you. This is a tough gospel. Hard words. A person long ago said to me, why do preachers ignore the tough lessons? They leave them hanging there with no comment at all. What are they afraid of? Well, today I'm not going to take the easy way out and comment on something else. Allow me, as it is my custom, to find the good news in this hard-to-hear gospel. Jesus' words sound harsh and off-putting. And if one thinks about growing a church community in spirituality and in numbers, the bar he sets seems high and daunting. Hate the people of your family? Even life itself? Carry your cross? Give up all your possessions? Wow. Jesus, I want the invitation to the church to come from you. It should be peaceable, full of love and forgiveness, a simple message of invitation that people would naturally accept. I want to build relationships and provide healing. At first reading, one might say, so where's the good news? Or, he is talking about hyperbole, right? Well, my answer is yes, there is good news in this harsh-sounding gospel. And no, I don't believe he is talking in hyperbole. We hold on to the truth that God is love. And God is found in the relationships we have with our families, friends, co-workers, co-students, and acquaintances. We find God in all who we encounter. We especially find God in those who are different from us. People who don't know the joy of the gospel. Those who are in desperate need of love, forgiveness, and healing. It's through those relationships that God is present to direct us. Our faith takes us on adventures that we have not expected. Those adventures may cause us to find out what people. Those ventures may cause us to find out that the people closest to us don't understand. They want the best for us as they see it. They want us to understand the risk that we've taken. The radical lifestyle which we follow will lead us to new places and to meet different people. And as we follow Jesus, we must appreciate the love they have for us. At the same time, we understand that our relationship with Jesus will lead us to our true selves. Our true self is that which God created us to be. This is not a cult expression of lost mind and spirit, giving into some limited view of our capacity. We don't follow Steve, Lindsay, or Barb Ammon, our parents, our siblings, our children, or even any other humans. We follow the Son of the living God, Jesus Christ, the one who loves us and transforms us into all that we can be. The only limiting directive is that we love. That we love beyond our capacity and our thinking. And that love is misunderstood by those who care the most about us. That love brings us to a moment of risk. It also empowers us to minister, support, love, forgive, and heal those we see as needing it the most. This is the good news. God will be there with us, guiding us, taking us on high adventure. At the same time, there will be a cost. Grace is free, but it costs. We look at our baptismal covenant and realize what we have agreed. Realize that we have agreed to love all. Remember these two lines from that covenant? Will you seek and serve Christ in all persons, loving your neighbor as yourself? And will you strive for justice and peace among all people and respect the dignity of every human being? These look like unattainable goals. And yet there they are, set before us. We live to bring this good news to all. We are to encourage others to know God's overwhelming love for them. God's overwhelming love for all of us. We are to abandon those things which stand in our way. Each of us, in our private, personal ways, must let go of parts in our lives that prevent us from moving forward along the way of love. This is the way that leads to our true selves. This is why we are being asked not to love life itself. It is those self-centered pieces, the parts that block us from receiving God's love, that must go. And it's not an easy task. I'm not talking about fast spirituality like fast food. I'm talking about deep spirituality, a transformation that takes a lifetime. We apply the change gently as we continue to love ourselves and receive God's grace. From this transformation, we may become attractive to others. Then there is our stuff, the possessions of our life. Those possessions can become obstacles to our growth with Jesus. A friend of mine went to church one day. Let's call her Susan. She was a single, retired woman who was a student guidance counselor. At that service, there was a story told of another parishioner whose car had just died. We'll call her Sally. She had no transportation. The story struck Susan. And before they both left church that day, all agreed that Susan would give Sally her car. Susan understood that giving the car was a spiritual practice. She did not let the possession of her own need for it stand in the way to help Sally. Susan did take time to consider and pray. She spoke to the leaders of the community, including the priest, about her plans. In the end, she provided grace and help, and transformation came to both of their lives that day. The stuff we have is there so that we can give it away. This is a spiritual practice. We are only stewards of what we have. If asked, could we sell all, trusting in God and God's people to provide? This is not an easy practice, but it is good news. The good news is that the giver becomes closer to God by giving up their possessions. This releases the dependency on the stuff and accepts the reliance on God. The good news is the recipient's life can move forward because of grace they receive. God becomes real to them. This happens through transformational action of God through another person. Later, they too may hear of a need to do something extravagant and costly. The grace they receive, listen, will make it easier on them. This statement from Jesus is warning that people who love us may not understand what we feel we are called to do. When that happens, we need to gently pass press on, and be prepared to go against their wishes. We may be frightened and not want to take risks. Ultimately, we will find that taking the risk allows God to provide even more for us. Our way of becoming a grace dispenser becomes a little clearer by acting. Our possessions are tools to assist us in becoming more Christ-like. We use them to express the love that has grown in us for those around us. Discipleship under Jesus is not easy. It is possible. Indira Gandhi once said, "Nothing that is worthwhile is ever easy." Our cross looms in front of us. It is through taking that risk that the richness and fullness of life will transform us